What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Liverpool-Leicester post-match analysis video. What a huge win in Liverpool season. We were without Mo Salah, without Jordan Henderson, without Oxlade-Chamberlain, without Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, potentially like 5 or 6 first team players, starting 11 players were missing, and Liverpool absolutely demolished and wiped the floor with Leicester City, who were top of the Premier League before this game week began. So I'm so incredibly proud and also happy with this Liverpool performance. This was honestly one of the best performances of the season against, yes, a below par Leicester City side, but they were below par because of how well Liverpool pressed, how well we played. Tactically, Jurgen Klopp worked another absolute masterclass, tactical masterclass. Let me know in the comments below who was your man of the match. My man of the match was Bobby Firmino. He was everywhere. He could have scored a hat-trick. I mean, there was an attack, we have to talk about that first and foremost, where Bobby Firmino goes past the Leicester defenders like they are not there. He hits the post and then the rebound is cleared off the line by a Leicester City defender, and the ball was touching the line by maybe like a hair's length from inside the goal. So if it's like 1 or 2 millimeters further inside the goal than goal line technology gives it, that was the smallest of margins where a ball can be said no goal with goal line technology without being over the line. It was absolutely like borderline scandalous how that wasn't a goal. And then he hits the rebound onto the post and comes out again. So Bobby Firmino could have scored 3 goals in one attack. He could have scored 3 goals in the whole game in total, but finally he got in the end a very well deserved goal. But first let's talk about the very bizarre Jonny Evans own goal. Yes, Jonny Evans is tussling with, I think it's Wijnaldum from a James Milner corner, but still it's unexplainable how Jonny Evans just heads it into his own net like he was at the opposite end of the pitch, sorry. So Liverpool go very well deserved 1-0, and we kept on the front foot. Leicester City didn't have a sniff. Leicester City in the first half had just 1 shot on target. Liverpool had 5 shots on target, 10 shots in total for Liverpool in the first half, and in the second half we had 14 shots, 8 on target in total. So overall Liverpool had 13 shots on target, 24 shots in total. Which team had 24 shots and 13 shots on target against Leicester City the last time? Somebody tell me in the comments below, because I don't think Leicester were outplayed like this any time before this season. And Diogo Jota again scores and he breaks another record. By the way, Liverpool broke another 2 records today. We now have 64 home unbeaten games in the league, which is absolutely staggering. The previous record was 63, which we equaled before the international break. Also, Liverpool have 39 consecutive home games where we scored, which is another Liverpool record. And now Diogo Jota is the first player in Liverpool's history to score in his first 4 consecutive home games. That is absolutely brilliant by Diogo Jota. Let me look it up for you guys. So he scored against West Ham, he scored against Sheffield United, and before that he scored against Arsenal, and now he scored against Leicester. So that's 4 home games in a row where Diogo Jota scored, and overall he has like 8 goals now in like 10 games or something like that. Absolutely incredible how many goals Diogo Jota is scoring. He's the 2nd top scorer for Liverpool, and he's still only 23 years old, so the sky's the limit for Diogo Jota. And the second half, my only worry was if Liverpool don't score the 3rd goal, then Leicester City could get back into the game. But Liverpool were very smart. After Leicester made a couple of substitutions, Liverpool sat back, soaked up the pressure and hit Leicester on the counter, which they really couldn't cope with. And Mane, Firmino could have and probably should have scored even more goals in the second half. This should have been a 5-0 or 6-0 dropping of Leicester, but still 3-0 I think is a very fair scoreline. Maybe 5-0 would have been a really bit harsh. The only downside for Liverpool is Naby Keita picked up a serious muscle injury. It looks like he tore his hamstring or part of his hamstring. He was feeling sharp pain, so he couldn't continue. I really hope it's not a serious injury, but I'm fearing the worst at this point because Liverpool's injury crisis is absolutely ridiculous. And what is baffling is that this Naby Keita injury is the fault of the international break, in my opinion, because Naby Keita, after not playing any football for 5 weeks, he played twice in a row in a week 95 minutes for the Guinea national team, and that is inexcusable. I know that Naby Keita is one of their most important and one of their best players, but surely you want to ease him in, and surely you should have substituted him after like 55 minutes. I don't know the Guinea national team coach who he is, but he must not be the smartest football coach in the world, because now Naby Keita could face another month or 2 months on the sidelines. But that's the problem. The Guinea national team don't play until like next year, so they don't care if Naby Keita comes back to Liverpool injured, and he will miss probably 3 weeks, 1 month at the least, maybe even more. I really hope not, because Naby Keita, up until his injury, he was actually bossing the midfield. He was carrying the ball forward. He was high pressing like crazy. He was one of the most influential players in the midfield, and I really loved his performance. We changed it around. James Milner went up into midfield and Neco Williams slotted in at right back. By the way, James Milner played right back for the first 53 minutes of the game, like he played there all his life. James Milner could be one of the best signings in Liverpool's history, in that we signed James Milner on a free transfer for Man City, and he can play in virtually any position apart from goalkeeper and maybe striker. Other than that, he can play right back, centre back, left back, right winger, centre midfielder, left winger, defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, even left and right striker. James Milner could do that. Honestly, this man is like the Jolly Joker. Another player that we have to talk about is Curtis Jones. Is this kid really 19 years old? He's playing like he's 27, 28, and he's a seasoned midfielder. Every time, almost every time, like 99 times out of 100, he makes the right kind of decision, the right time to pass, the right time to keep the ball, the right time to make a dribble with the ball, the right time to position himself tactically here or there, right time to press the opposition. He's playing like a very, very mature, calm, assured, cool midfielder, and honestly, I'm so excited for Curtis Jones. I think he's a better player at 19 than Steven Gerrard was at 19. I know it's crazy to compare him to Steven Gerrard, because Steven Gerrard is probably the best midfielder, the best player ever to play for Liverpool. But Curtis Jones could become another Liverpool legend. Let me say it like that. He's not the next Steven Gerrard. He will be the next Curtis Jones, and I can't wait to see him develop and become a world-class player in the coming months and years. And honestly, this kid has a huge future on his hands, and he has a brilliant shot on him. So when he gets forward, he will score goals, I'm pretty sure. Liverpool now sit top of the table with Tottenham on 20 points each, and Liverpool needed a big win because our goal difference was just +2 before this game, and Liverpool also needed to keep a clean sheet. And what is pretty amazing, that since Virgil van Dijk got injured against Everton, everybody thought that Liverpool will collapse and our season will be over. But we won every game bar the Man City one, and you can excuse not winning away at the Etihad. But other than that, we won 6 games out of 7, and we kept a clean sheet against Ajax, we kept a clean sheet against Midtjylland, against Atalanta, and now against Leicester. So in 7 games, we kept 4 clean sheets without Virgil van Dijk, and now without Joe Gomez, without Trent Alexander-Arnold. So 3/4, 75% of our starting backline, our starting defense was out, and we kept a clean sheet against Leicester City, who were one of the top scorers in the Premier League. They scored 18 goals before this round, and we restricted them to pretty much half chances. So I'm incredibly proud of this Liverpool team, and honestly, I can't wait to watch this Liverpool team again on Tuesday or Wednesday against Atalanta. And now that we have a favourable run of fixtures, we play Brighton, West Ham, and some other teams in the Premier League, which are winnable. And the other big teams will play each other. I think in the next round, Chelsea play Tottenham, and those are the two teams above and below Liverpool. So if we could beat Brighton, and hopefully Mo Salah will be back, because I heard that Mo Salah tested negative for COVID recently, so he should be back for the Brighton game, hopefully in a week's time. With Salah in the team, I mean, who do you drop from the front line? Because that's the big conundrum. Maybe we should play with a front four, some kind of system to implement Jota, because he's on fire. But Mane is in good form, Firmino is in good form, Salah is in great form as well. So I'm not sure, but this is a very welcome problem for Jurgen Klopp, that all of our front players are scoring goals for fun now. And this Liverpool team, honestly, not everything you throw at them, they come out with flying colors. This was another huge test, and Liverpool passed it with an A+ rating. I'm so proud of this team. This is the best Liverpool side of my lifetime that I have watched, and I've been watching this great Liverpool football club for 20 years, and I'm so happy, so proud of what Jurgen Klopp has built, because honestly, we are in the biggest and worst injury crisis that I've seen in 10-15 years, and Liverpool just wiped the floor with league leaders Leicester City. Incredible. That's where I will finish this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.